Good morning, and I say good morning because it's 9:34 August, year 1, here in Upper Mississippi River Valley. I have admired, loved, and avoided this map for a very long time. And I say avoided because for a long time I couldn't play this map. I was a console player, PS5. And then I made the transition over to playing on PC, so I can now play these maps that aren't available to console because they're 4X maps. But yet I still avoided this map, and let me tell you why. Because of the size of it. If I bring up the map, as you can see, being a 4X map, if you imagine this 1/4 being able to fit the whole of a normal size map in it, and then stretched 4 times bigger, these fields are mammoth. They're huge. And for someone like me who's never used auto drive or course play, and I may one day, I haven't yet, for someone that's playing on their own, just enjoying the games, not multiplayer, the fields are too big. I couldn't possibly do that. It would take 2 to 2.5 hours just to mow the grass or to harvest the field, and who has the time? However, as you see from the title, this is called, well, going to be called, something along the lines of the Unrealistic Dairy Farm Experiment. Just walking towards my car. So I want to explain, this video is kind of the setup for the premise of what I'm going to be doing. And I don't know if this is going to be a Let's Play or whether I just will bring you back in every couple of months to see my progress. Let's get in the car and go for a drive, actually. I was trying to zoom out, I just realised it's because the roof's above me. There you are. Yeah, let's go over the bridge. So, I have inherited a dairy farm. I love going across this bridge and seeing the barge. That's so cool. Anyway, I've inherited a dairy farm, but I'm going to do this very unrealistically. The goal is to run and manage and thrive with a multi-million-dollar dairy farm. And we are going big, and I mean we are going really big. So with the dairy farm, there are 3 cow sheds on this farm, and it's something I fell in love with the idea back when, ages ago, I watched a map tour of this map. On this dairy farm, each one can hold 500 cows, so there's a potential to have 1,500 cows, 1,500 cows. Now that's a hell of a task, and can you imagine the amount of food that would need? Well, I know because I've worked it out. To have 1,500 cows, they are going to consume just over 500,000 litres of food a month. And if you're playing on 1 day months, which I will be, every time you're on a month, 1 day, you're going to have to supply, I think it's like 520,000 litres of food to your cows, which is absolutely ridiculous. Not only that, you're going to need to have a lot of stuff set up to be able to do it, and that's where this little experiment comes in. If I pull over, as we're approaching our farm, I'm going to show you the map and show you what I've done. So as you can see, I've got 100,000 in the bank. I own a lot of fields, as well as the dairy farm, which we're just on our way to now. You can see that I own all of this. And there is method to my madness, okay? So although I'm starting with a fully functional setup dairy farm, which I have made some modifications to, and I'm absolutely going to show you what those modifications are, I want to show you the fields and why I have them. To be able to, because I'm not starting with the cows, make that very clear, they are empty, okay? I have put my own starting equipment in, which you would absolutely need to be able to do what we're going to try and achieve here. So, let's start with these fields here. This here is if I turn that on, this here, 2 grass fields. These cows run on TMR, which would give you 100%, but they also do 80% on silage. So we're going to do silage. It's just much easier. And there's a method to produce silage straight from grass, clover, or alfalfa directly on the farm as well, which is built into the map. We're doing grass, and we will turn that grass into silage, which will feed the cows. But how big, and that is a big field, that's not enough to produce 500,000 litres of silage a day. So we also have this huge grass field here. I'm hoping that is enough. This here is popular. And I believe if I go up here, it's almost ready to harvest. This will be an income source for us. Once we have that income, we will probably turn this into a grass field as well. So all these fields will be our grass fields. And then this one here will be the backup grass field to hopefully produce enough silage to be able to feed that many cows. Okay, so that's that. These fields here, again, there's method to this. If we concentrate in fields 24, 29, 25, this is our corn, this is our barley. The reason why we've got these two big corn fields and a barley field is because we're going to be taking advantage of some productions built into the map, i.e. this one, the whiskey factory. I can't remember where it is, but there's also a beer production on the map as well. For both of those, we need corn, we need barley. And that is exactly why we have these fields. These are for our alcohol production. So we're going to be producing whiskey and beer, maybe wine in the future. That's our income that we can get so that we can start to afford to buy 1,500 cows. So that's our income fields. We also have, if you look here, this massive wheat field here. This is for our straw. We're going to need a lot of straw to manage that size dairy farm. So essentially, wheat is going to be something we may produce it further later. But for now, ideally, I just want the straw. And that's why we have that there. The next field you can see here is this one. Now, this is sugarcane. Sugarcane, like grass, once it's done, will just keep regrowing and regrowing as long as it's in season. And we're going to use that for our sugar production. And then lastly, we have soybean down here, another income source, but on this map, it also produces straw. So these two maps are for our straw for that many cows. These maps are for our alcohol productions, and this is for our sugar. And this one down here is for the grass. As you can see, that is a lot of land, all for the sole purpose of either producing income to afford the cows in the first place and maintain them, and to feed them and have enough straw for them. It is a huge, mammoth job. Now, as I said, I've avoided this map for a long time, and well, any 4X map with huge fields, because it's just me. I don't really use autoplay or courseplay, just because I haven't learned to use it yet. It's not something I've got round to, and it's not multiplayer. I haven't got other farmers coming in, giving me a hand. Let's go across this way. Yep. I am still learning my way around this map because I said it is big. So we're just coming up on it now. Yeah, so I have to do these fields on my own. However, there's been some mods come out recently, which means it's not going to be a problem anymore, which is why I'm now here. So if we take a run across here, we start to see some of the changes I've made in preparation for the task we are going to do. I've added this in here, which is hard plumbed in. So we've got a water source. This is the corn dryer that comes as part of the map as standard. This is all here as standard, and in here I've got my trucks. So I've got this here for carting all my stuff around. I've got a second truck here. That's going to be for the silage. We're going to produce a lot of slurry. We're going to be producing a lot of slurry on this farm, and this will be our milk. So we're going to also producing a hell of a lot of milk. So we're prepped, ready for that. These are the two cow sheds, A and B, that are here, and as you can see, each one will hold 500 cows, and they look fantastic. Can't wait to start using them. Really big. Drive through down there, so you're going to drop off all your food and everything. There's your milk for this one, and the milk for the second one. Now, this stuff here is me. I've added this stuff in. I've added a second silo here. This is a multi-fruit silo with a 20 million capacity. I can even store silage in here if I want to. I can store anything in here, so that's very useful. Fuel point here, and then I've just put these two in here. So this one is for our liquids, so liquid fertilizers. This one's our solid, so lime fertilizer seeds. So I can get these. They're not free, I have to pay for them still, but they're here on site. We've got a garage here. I've added... No, sorry, this one is the one that comes with the map. Yes, this one comes with the map. I say that because I have added another one. So this here, this is the one I've added here. So this will convert alfalfa, clover, corn, anything you want it will do the conversion. So this one, hay large, it will convert your grass into silage for every 1,115 to 1,130. So you lose a tiny amount, but it will do 4,800 cycles per month. So it's fast. And that's going to get our silage. But it will hold, I think, 1,000,000 litres. Now remember, we're doing 500,000 plus a day when we're at full capacity. So that is only going to hold enough for 2 days and then it's out. So it's actually not enough. This is our third cow shed that will hold another 500. So that brings us to our 1,500. This one is the outside pasture, so all the cows will be roaming around outside. And if I cut through here, there's the milk for this one. There's the slurry point for this one, and the 2 slurry points for these 2 is here and here. Now one thing I have noticed, and if someone in the comments wants to help me out here that maybe played this map, there's no manure point on this map. So with a lot of cows, and they produce straw, because I've done some testing, I put a couple of cows in just to see, it does have the gauge for showing how much straw. So you can put straw in, and I can see the slurry points, but I don't see anywhere for manure. So I'm assuming you'd have to place your own down to get the manure if you wanted it. And if you don't want it, just don't put it down. And then I guess maybe if you don't want manure, why bother putting the straw in? Again, if someone in the comments wants to tell me, because I'm not 100% on whether to bother putting one down or not. Let's look at the equipment though for this mammoth task. I've pre-put the equipment in. So this is going to be my planter of choice I'm going to be using. I can plant most things I need, and it's direct drill. This is the roller for when I use that, but mostly we'll be using this as a grass roller to keep the grass fields in tip-top condition and getting the highest yield that we can, so it will add layer fertilizer. This is my harvester. And this harvester will hold, I think it will hold 1 million capacity. Now this here, the Lizard, the Colossus Forage Harvester 6000 is a new mod by Chris S. Riley S. And this mod here is the key to why I'm now not avoiding this map. This beast of a machine and the headers that come with it means that I can now do the grass fast. And it can do widths of up to 50 meters. I'm not going to do 50 meters, but it can. Now the headers for this, I'm going to jump the fence, are here. So I have a few headers here. So this is the sugarcane Unrealistic. This one here is the forager Unrealistic. This is what's going to be doing all the grass and most other things. And this one is the popular, which I've just got to do that popular, and I'm probably going to turn that into a grass field. All 3 of these are going to run at a 25 meter width. So when I connect that up, there's a marker that shows up, and it will do 25 meters in width and at 42 miles an hour, meaning fields that are absolutely ginormous, like that field there. In fact, let's just turn on flight mode and just go and have a quick peek so we can see the size of these fields. So that's the grass field over there. That's the second grass field. That's the popular. And you can just get an idea for the size of these fields. They are absolutely huge. And as I said, they would normally take you 2 to 3 hours to work. With this, take you about 10 to 20 minutes. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. Now, if I hop in here, I'm going to turn this on for you. Let's back this out. I'm just going to put one of the headers on just quickly so you can see what I'm referencing. In case you haven't seen one of the mod reviews that's been done by other people recently. This is a game changer for anyone that's ever wanted to play one of these bigger maps with these huge fields and thought, I just can't. I just don't have the time. Well, this gives you the time. So I'm going to attach, I'll just go to this first one. I have got manual attach on. For the sake of just me demonstrating this, I will just turn that off. Just for now, just so we can speed the process up. I like to play with manual attach on just for the immersion. Okay, so this is on. So if I unfold the header, can you see that red line there? That's your 25 meter width. So when I'm using this, that's the width that it will work at, and I'll be moving at 46 miles an hour with that size width. That is how I'm going to be able to run this. Now, I've also got these trailers. These are also fairly new. Again, these have been reviewed recently by the people that do the sort of mod reviews. This is the Lizard Titan trailer. Again, it's by Chris S. Riley S. These have huge capacities. So if I go to here, let me show you what I'm working with here. So just go to trailers. There we are. So this is the trailer. So it's part of the Lizard Colossus Harvester Pack by Chris S. Riley S. And you'll see here, sorry, let me get the capacity correct for you. It's 5,000 square meters. That's 5 million liters, and it holds everything. 5 million. Now, you don't have to have it as 5 million. That is maxed out. But you can now, and I've got 2 of these, which means I don't have to worry about these getting full. So again, when I'm working on these absolutely humongous fields, these trailers will take it. Unless I'm using the harvester, I'll have to go back and forth to the harvester, but these will hold up to 5 million litres. So if any of you, and these are, I'm pretty sure these are cross-platform. You can use these on console. So if you're looking for a trailer that has really large capacities, you've now got them. I've got 2 tractors. So I've got this one here. So I've got 2 high horsepower tractors because, again, we're going to be doing a lot of work and pulling a lot of heavy stuff. So if I go back to here, we can see these are the 2 tractors. I've got the Fendit 1050 and we're using the Magnum. This one's 886 horsepower, 517 horsepower. Those are my 2 trucks that I'm running. That's the forage harvester, which you've seen, which can do everything that you can see on the screen there. That's my car. That's the header I'm using, which is the widest one I could find. I've got the baler for doing the straw. I've got fertilizer spreader for now until we've got the slurry to do it. There's the roller, the planter. Those are the headers, and those are the tankers. And I've got a corn header. And this is the second silo I've put in to hold even more silage and do more grass to silage conversion. And that's this one here. Again, this one's even faster. Look at the speed of this one. This will just absolutely chew through wherever you chuck in it. And I believe this is just under 1 million capacity, which means I have roughly 2 million capacity for silage on site, as well as possibly being able to take silage out and store it in that silo should I need it. So the goal of this map is set. I have the farm, I have the equipment, I have 100,000 in the bank. I don't have any of the cows. It's going to cost quite a bit of money to afford 1,500 cows, or we start off with, you know, so many in each and build up as they get older and reproduce. But we are going to have to maintain all the straw they're going to need. Again, if I do straw, because there doesn't seem to be a way of doing manure at present, we're going to have to maintain a feed of 520,000 litres of silage per day once these are at full capacity, and managing all the milk and the slurry that the cows are then producing. We've got a lot of land that we need to work to maintain all the grass to silage work. We've got a lot of stuff to do to get the straw if we run the straw. And we're also going to be doing the alcohol productions on the map as well. So we've got those fields to do. So we're going to be using the corn dry. So there's a hell of a lot of work to do. But I love a project. And for me, I'm about to take on a mammoth, huge, unrealistic dairy farm and see if I can turn this into the biggest dairy farm in farming sim history and turn it into a multi-million-dollar dairy farm. So, like I said, I don't think this is going to be a Let's Play. I'm going to be bringing you in month after month with episodes. Because there's going to be so much work have to be done off camera with regards to all these large fields need doing. But I'm thinking I might bring you in every sort of 2 to 3 months for an updates on how I'm getting on, you know, at the point where I get cows and how I'm getting on with stuff. But let me know in the comments how often, or if you would like to see those sorts of updates of how this project goes. And if anyone's got any suggestions with regards to the straw situation and manure situation, if anyone's played this map, is it worth doing or is it not worth doing? Again, let me know in the comments. But that's it. That's the project. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.